All right, let's dive right in. We're cracking open MBA in a Day 2.0 to pull out the absolute best tools from the world's top business schools. The goal here is pretty simple. We want to give you that strategic edge, that MBA level thinking, but without, all the years of classes and crazy tuition. Ready? Let's do this. I mean, it's a pretty tempting question, right? Think about it. Getting all that incredible wisdom, the kind of strategic thinking that builds legendary companies, but skipping the mountain of debt? Yeah, that's the big promise here. And we're going to zero in on the ideas you can actually use, like today. So, what we're going to do is build out a little MBA power toolkit. It's got 3 absolutely essential pieces. First, how to really see what's going on with your people. Second, what it actually takes to motivate them. And third, how to lead in a way that truly makes a difference. Okay, tool number 1. Let's talk about something we've all experienced, and maybe dreaded? The performance review. You know the drill. Your boss sits you down and tells you how you're doing. But that's just one person's perspective, right? It's a top-down view that can leave some massive blind spots. So the big question is, how do we see the full picture? Well, the MBA level answer is something called 360-degree feedback. And it's exactly what it sounds like. Instead of just hearing from the person above you, you get feedback from all around you. Your peers, the people who report to you, and yeah, your manager too. All of a sudden, you're not looking at a single blurry snapshot, you're looking at a high-definition panoramic view. And this really gets to the heart of it. A traditional review, that's a monologue. It's one person talking at you. But 360-degree feedback, that's a conversation. And it's in that conversation, with all those different voices, that you finally start to see those blind spots you never knew you had, and maybe even some hidden strengths too. Okay, so how do you actually do this without it turning into a total mess? It's pretty straightforward. First, you start small. Just pick one team, like a test group, to iron out the kinks. Step 2, and this one is absolutely crucial, you have to train everybody on how to give good, constructive feedback, not just criticism. And finally, you have to do something with the results. Turn all that feedback into real, concrete development plans. Because if you don't, well, it's all just a waste of time. All right, that brings us to our second tool. So once you have a clear picture of performance, the next logical question is, how do you improve it? How do you actually drive it? This is all about motivation. And spoiler alert, what most of us think works, well, it's not the whole story. Yeah, this is one of the biggest myths in the business world. We think money is the ultimate motivator, right? Just throw a bonus at the problem, give a raise, make sure the job is secure, and boom, everyone's motivated. But are they? What if I told you that's only half of the puzzle? So this all comes from a super famous idea called Hertzberg's two-factor theory, and it's brilliant. On one side, you've got what he called hygiene factors. Think good salary, decent working conditions, job security. You absolutely need these things to keep people from being miserable. But here's the kicker. They don't actually motivate people to go above and beyond. They just prevent dissatisfaction. The real motivation, the stuff that gets people fired up, comes from the things on the other side. A sense of achievement, getting recognized for great work, feeling like you're actually growing. So here's the big takeaway. You've got your must-haves, the salary, the benefits, the safe workplace. You have to get those right. They're the foundation. But if you stop there, you'll never get exceptional performance. If you want to light that fire, you have to focus on the game changers. Ask yourself, are people getting a real sense of achievement? Are we recognizing them when they do great work? Are there real opportunities to grow? That's where true motivation lives. Okay, so we've got a handle on understanding our people and what truly motivates them. This leads us perfectly into our third and final tool, which is all about leadership. And probably the single biggest mistake you can make as a leader is believing there's just one right way to lead. Think of this as your leadership compass. You've got a few main styles. There's the autocratic leader who just makes the call. Is that bad? Not always. In a crisis, when you need a fast decision, it's exactly what you need. Then you have the democratic style, where you get the team's input. Perfect for when you've got an experienced group and you need their buy-in. And then there's laissez-faire, which is basically hands-off. You'd use that when your team is full of highly skilled pros who can manage themselves. See, the best style completely changes based on the situation. And that is the secret sauce of great leadership. It isn't about finding your one style and sticking to it no matter what. No way. It's about being adaptable. It's about having that compass and knowing how to read the terrain, reading the situation, reading your team, and then choosing the right direction for that moment. So, we've looked at 3 really powerful tools, right? One for feedback, one for motivation, and one for leadership. But if you look closely, they're all pieces of a much bigger puzzle. They're all pointing to a more fundamental lesson. So what's the real MBA takeaway from all this? You know, the legendary management thinker Peter Drucker said it perfectly. He said, management is doing things right. Leadership is doing the right things. Just let that sink in for a second. Management is about efficiency, following the plan perfectly. But leadership is about stepping back and asking, are we even working on the right plan? And that's really the core of what an MBA mindset gives you. It's not about a collection of tricks or buzzwords. It's about a fundamental shift in how you think. It moves you from just being a doer of tasks to being a solver of problems. It's the difference between just following the map someone gave you and being the one who can draw a whole new map when you need to. So there you have it, 3 powerful tools for your new MBA toolkit. Now, I want you to think about your own work, your own team. Where's the biggest opportunity? Do you need that 360-degree view? Is there a motivation puzzle to solve? Or maybe it's time to be more flexible in your leadership. The toolkit is in your hands. So the only question left is, which tool are you going to use first?